everyone.
Hello.
I am Josh, the editor, and this is Emily, the girlfriend.
Hell yeah. You know how I be.
Yeah, so I was visiting her, and I figured, and we just watched the entire first season of ReZero, so we just decided to get together and talk about it.
Hell yeah, long distance relationships.
Season 2 is actually supposed to be coming out sometime this year. It was supposed to be April, but it got pushed to July.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. Are people still going to be interested?
Well, considering it's my first time watching it, I'm interested. But yeah, it has been a while. When did it first come out?
I think like 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
It was a long time ago. Back when we were in Anime Club.
It feels like a long time ago. I feel like it was the same year as Erased, I think.
That sounds about right.
Because I remember, like, people like, oh, we're done with time travel bullshit? Great. Mia Amelia! Oh, shit.
Yeah. Right when the isekai train started really going
Oh, yeah.
full force.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I do like the overall theme of this show is that, like, he shows up. Oh, my God. Well, first of all, he just blinks and he's just there. Did you know that was going to happen?
No, I did not.
You thought there was going to be like a portal or something, or he was going to die and get reincarnated?
I mean, yeah, I figured he would die. Although maybe that's just because I watched Konosuba. Now I'm confused.
He just blinked.
And all things considered, he handled it really well. I would have probably panicked. And I like fantasy worlds.
I'm pretty sure I would have been, if that happened to me, I probably would have thought to myself, am I on drugs?
Where am I?
Or like,
How much LSD did I take?
I'm having some kind of fever dream.
Oh, sweet God.
And I'm not entirely sure when the isekai genre really took off, but it's taken off. I want to know, like, are people who watched it back then going to be excited about season 2? Because that was the problem with Attack on Titan, is that they waited too long, and while season 2 was good, people moved on very quickly.
It was also the problem with One Punch Man. Like, I still haven't seen season 2.
Oh yeah, I started and I didn't finish it because I lost interest.
Damn it.
Back to Konosuba. Not that one. ReZero. They're all the same. They're all an isekai quartet.
You know what?
So I feel like ReZero is kind of like a subversion of tropes in the sense of like the big one is that he shows up and he thinks he's going to have an awesome time and he literally has the worst time ever.
Yeah, he goes there and then everything bad you think could happen to you happens to him.
Oh yeah.
Well, he didn't get raped. I'll give him that.
Okay.
That's one for the win.
Yeah, they didn't go the Goblin Slayer route. Or
kudos, ReZero.
Or the Sword Art Online route.
Oh god. Ah yes, season 2. Sword Art Online, that was fun.
No, I think that was season 1.
Oh, you're right. That was technically still season 1. It just came out later.
Second half.
The second half of season 1.
Okay, so it's very interesting to see, because basically what this show is it's basically the plot of Groundhog Day.
Mm-hmm.
Except the plot of Groundhog Day only works if you keep dying.
Yeah.
And it's very lucky for this. I think it was, what's the name of the witch again? The witch who's like constantly grabbing his heart and threatening to kill him.
Yeah, it's that lady.
Estrella.
Yes, there you go.
Lucky for her that he decided to get involved with the witch, or not the witch, the half elf, and he's just constantly dying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also find it interesting that even by the end of the season, he still refers to it as he has to complete levels. Like, I think he was fighting creepy green-haired dude.
Betelgeuse.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Everybody's favorite character, Betelgeuse.
Yeah, that guy. And he at one point said, why do I have to keep replaying this level?
Oh yeah, the boss level.
Yeah.
Like, I already beat this boss level.
Yeah, that made me laugh, because I'm like, it's interesting he still refers to it as levels, whereas at this point, I just start feeling like it was my life. I'm also surprised he's not more willing to die. Because at one point, if Ren died, I'd be like, okay, time to just commit suicide. Let's run it again.
Yeah, and you know what? I appreciate them trying to be... Actually, I don't know if I should say it, but like, in terms of tone, I really feel the show would have benefited from a comedic death.
Yeah. I kept thinking one was going to happen,
But
and no.
I do appreciate the consistency of it.
Yeah.
The consistency of the dreadful tone of, like, suffering.
Yeah, I think as much as we wanted a comedic tone, it's good that they kept it all somber.
There were a lot of times where, like, something goofy would happen, like the little blonde girl would push him out the window, and he'd fall, and I'm like, dead. Starts over. Or, like, he would get hit in the head, like, dead. Starts over.
Yeah, we made that joke quite a few times. Just him falls asleep, dies.
I love the part where his spawn point changed from him waking up in the bed to him in front of the Apple guy with Rem.
What was really funny is the first time that happened, I thought to myself, "Oh my god, did he go to the back to the very beginning?"
Could you imagine? I know that's what I looked at you and I thought that's probably what she's gonna think. Like, no.
We have to do the dog thing all over again.
Oh no! Yeah, how funny would it be if like that's how the season ended? That's how the show ended. Just him going back to the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that would have sucked.
That would suck.
But that would have made me laugh. I was like, God damn it! Came all that way. It'd be hard to build up the momentum again.
So, what was like your favorite aspect of the show?
Ooh, I don't know. I did really like the white whale fight sequences. That was really cool.
It was pretty cool.
I also liked how he eventually finally became self-aware of his own problems.
Oh, yeah.
After getting yelled at multiple times by Puck about how he's selfish and he caused everyone's death, etc., etc. Something like that.
It all culminates in that scene that he has with Rem.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I suck.
Yep. You do suck, my dude.
Oh yeah. Like, I like how
everyone deserves better than him, though. I will say.
Like right before that, he has that scene with Amelia. Right before she like basically just dumps him and leaves, and where like his peak of shittiness is at its peak. Mm-hmm. He's like, "You're only alive because of me."
Oh yeah, that was really fucked up of him to say. You're like, no, she wouldn't have necessarily died. You don't know that, dude.
Back to what you were saying, I did really enjoy the white whale fight.
Yeah. And
I do like that it was like the save point was right after that. Could you imagine if we had to go through that shit again?
Yeah, that would have sucked so bad. Please no.
Like the first time we meet the whale, they're just running away from it. And then they fight it, and then they win.
Yeah.
It's just every time I hear that, every time we fight that whale, I just think of that audio clip from that video I showed you. It's just "fuck you, whale."
I wish they had. One thing I noticed, they didn't dive into the fact that it would have been interesting for him to tell them that they forget people who were there, because there'd be no way for anyone else to know that was happening with the mist.
I know.
It would have been amazing if someone important had died and he was the only one who knew, and he was like, "There was a guy here, you forgot him because of the mist thing." They kind of mentioned it, and I was like, "How does they know that that's happening without him telling them directly?" I would have wanted.
I feel like maybe I feel like he mentioned it. Maybe we're not
very briefly.
Yeah, mentioned it to them. I feel
he mentioned it very briefly, and he kind of was saying it more to himself.
I do like that Subaru is immune to that. I believe like the witch that gave him his powers gave him also like some. I like that she gave him some immunities, but they're not really like immunities. They're like immunities that make you sadder. It's like, oh, everybody forgets your friend Rem except you. You're the only one who remembers.
Yay!
It basically just makes him sad.
I like that. Immunities that just make you sadder. Great!
Like I told you about it while we were watching it because you were frustrated. We're like, oh, Rem's dead? Might as well just kill myself. He only kills himself, I think, one time throughout the entire show.
Yeah. And that was when Rem died that one time.
That one time.
And Rom was about to kill him. So
yeah.
He was like, let's remix this. Let's try again.
And then Yeah, it just like reminds me of Edge of Tomorrow, where he would just repeat so many times, and he didn't, because he didn't give a shit. He was like, I'm gonna keep trying until I beat this on hard mode with the perfect score.
There you go, boom.
Exactly.
And it was super annoying when he just wasn't figuring it out that he was resetting.
Oh my god,
It
yeah.
took so long.
I hate that trope. Every time, whenever there's one of these Groundhog Day stories, I hate that. I hate how long it takes them to figure it out. In Happy Death Day 2, there's like a scene where it's happening, and the guy figured it out on the second time. And I was like, great.
Beautiful.
Great. Second time, great. And then, like, even in Happy Death Day, I think it took, like, the third time. Mm-hmm. Like, your first reset, I understand. You're, like...
Confused.
You're confused. You're wrapping the idea. And then the third time she did it, like the next time after that, I think she was figuring it out, and she was just reacting and just going crazy.
But the first time, I feel like the people always think, like, was that all a dream? What happened? Okay,
oh, yeah.
Crazy ass dream I had. My God. No, he just kept thinking that he was, like, teleported back to the stall.
Oh, yeah. And I remember, like, the third time he was getting mugged in the alleyway by those dudes.
It was like the third time around he was about to get mugged again.
And he was like,
he's figuring it out.
And he was like,
no.
he was like, you guys again? Don't you have anything else better to do than to bother me? And they're like, what are you talking about? And you were just like, he doesn't understand. You were yelling.
Why does he not understand?
Because he's an idiot.
Oh goodness.
And then even when he like is dying for like the fourth time, he's looking at the chips and he's like, wait a minute, my chips? The old man ate those.
My God. Yeah, the chips. I'm like, how do you not understand what's fucking happening?
You idiot. He's just dumb.
It's a different time of day. My God.
Oh yeah, that too. But among other things, he's just dumb.
I mean, okay. Should we talk about the shipping wars?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay. I would like to say, I understand why people ship him with Rem. There were points where I was like,
I do.
I ship it. I admit, oh yeah, hell yeah, I would ship them because they did perfect together because he doesn't treat her differently like he treats Amelia, which I think is fucked up of him. Where, oh my God, the scene where she's like, can't you just treat me like a normal person? No!
Like,
no, I will not.
The thing that gets me is that
you're my wife.
The reason I ship him with Rem is because they actually spend time together.
Mm-hmm. No, I hear you. My thing is, he's made it clear that he likes Amelia. He just sees Rem as a friend. And I'm like, okay, respect. You're stating your feelings clearly, and I respect that. So I do ship him with Amelia, but also Amelia deserves better. I had mixed emotions.
There's Amelia got when the show was like hot off the presses. People were angry with Amelia. They were actively like, oh, she's worst girl. She didn't do anything wrong.
She's fine.
She's not a bad person.
She's nice. She's very forward with her feelings. And then she's like, hey, you're being a dick. And it's fucking over.
And then she left, yeah. But also, I can see why he wouldn't want to be with Rem because she killed him.
Yeah, that too. I'd be like, I'm just a little bit uncomfortable with being with you because you murdered me that one time.
I think it was 2 times.
I thought I think it was just the one time.
No, remember, like he was in the hallway and he was in the hallway, and
I didn't think that was her.
He was running, and then his arm got cut off or something.
Oh yeah.
And then the other time was in the forest when we figured out it was her killing him.
Oh yeah. I was wondering who killed him that one time because I was like, wait a minute.
I think it was her flail that was doing the trick. And by the way, where does she keep that thing?
Where does she keep that thing?
Magic.
I can only assume she tucks it in that poofy skirt of hers.
No,
just shove it up there. Every once in a while, it pokes her in the butt. Just, ow!
There's like this weird theme. It's kind of like it feels kind of half baked of like the 7 sins in ReZero.
Yeah,
because
I saw that.
Betelgeuse. Also, I love Betelgeuse. Is like his movements.
I hate him so much.
It's funny. I love also
It's so distracting.
I know, but that's the point. It's
I
over.
can't understand anything he's saying at any point.
Oh yeah, he speaks very like in this weird, overly wordy, almost Shakespearean way.
Yeah, but I'm good with Shakespeare.
I know. That's why I don't feel like Shakespeare's the right word, but it's like it's really weird. You have no idea what he's talking about. And he's voiced by Todd Haberkorn, which is great.
The best.
Like when Todd Haberkorn was coming to work, like was doing the voiceover, he woke up every morning and was like, "I get to work today."
Hell yeah! I get to go and be a creep in a studio and do backflips.
And do backflips.
In the recording studio, I do backflips.
He was the mocap.
Oh god! And then
So yeah, he said the word sloth in this show like 5 times.
Uh-huh.
And then he killed a sloth. Can you remember that?
Yes, that was bullshit.
He killed
Excuse me.
He killed the sloth demi-human.
No.
And then he kept saying to Subaru, he's like, "Are you Pride?"
Yeah, that was interesting. And then they called the white whale was gluttony.
It was gluttony.
That was really interesting. I was like, oh shit, there's a
So, like,
really interesting lore that I want dived into.
I know, and they're talking about like the prophecies and dragons.
Yeah, the dragon thing I don't understand, not gonna lie.
I'm pretty sure if we read the manga, if we could read, it would explain everything.
Also, I feel like I just need to watch that scene where they kind of explain the dragon stuff again. Because then after they did that scene, I remember the guy with the purple hair and the face paint. He was
Roswell.
I'm sorry, I'm bad with names right now.
I know, I love him. I remember.
Anyway, what I was saying about Roswald is after that scene, he says his goal is to kill the dragon, and I was like, "Oh shit, what does that mean?" I don't know if that's
There's a dragon and a witch.
good or bad.
I don't remember what they said about.
Because they're in like a covenant with the dragon, so I was like, "Wait, is that good or bad to kill the dragon?"
I'm not sure.
Exactly.
I know. It's very much the problem. The reason we don't remember is because all of this lore is in like the background of the actual story. Because the story of specifically in season 1 is Subaru's like character arc. I do really like how in the beginning he's all positive, he's upbeat, he's like, "I'm Natsuki Subaru," and then as he keeps on dying more and more, he gets fucking depressed. And I remember in one of his like lives, he was just catatonic.
Oh yeah. What was that? Was that his second run through the bad ending?
Yeah, where a bunch of people died.
Yeah, he comes across Rem's body and everyone's body, and then is frozen to death.
And then the next episode he's just catatonic.
Yeah.
And then he gets kidnapped by Betelgeuse.
Yeah.
And then he's still not doing anything.
And then we see Rem get all twisty and nasty, and I'm like,
It gets all pretzeled.
Disgusting. And then she was alive after that.
And yeah.
You said she was dead, and I was like,
I didn't remember that part. Yeah, she lived.
Yep. But then that ending scene was really cool, where you saw Puck go insane and freeze over the whole world, basically.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Also, yeah, what is this deal that Amelia's made with this spirit, where if she dies, he destroys the entire planet?
I know, it's like a self-destruct. If I can't have the world, nobody can.
It's Amelia.
Jesus.
It's like some weird backup plan in case she gets hate crimed.
Yeah. It says it's in the contract. I'm like, that's a weird contract.
That is a very weird contract.
I also view it interesting he calls her his daughter. I want more information on that, please and thank you. Also, I feel like Puck is totally useless, except when he's in anger mode when she dies. And, like, you couldn't have done anything to prevent her from dying. Really?
Hey, he clocks out at 5.
You know what? He needs to have a sensor on to know when to come back out.
Oh, also, when I don't know what to call it, like the first cycle where he actually makes it through the Elsa arc, where I think that was her name, Elsa.
Oh, I don't know. I just call her the lady with the titties out.
Okay. Well, in the dub, when I first watched it in Japanese, and I think her name was spelled Elsa.
Okay.
I think they pronounce it differently in the dub.
I don't know.
The first time where he makes it through that successfully, Amelia is about to get attacked, and Subaru's just like, Puck, save her now, and then Puck blocks the attack, and we're just like, how'd you know? Like, no one's just asked like, how'd you know I was here? How do you know who I am? Who are you?
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Also, I'd like to add that in that one, he at 5 o'clock, Puck is like, I'm heading out, guys. Just call me if you need me, okay?
Yeah, he
like,
leaves.
Okay, what if she dies first?
He
and
leaves
doesn't
in-
think to call you.
He leaves in the middle of a fight.
I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't trust Amelia to call at the proper time to get him back there, so that she wouldn't die. I feel like she'd just die first, and then he'd come out and destroy the world. Because that's what happens later. He doesn't save her, and she's dead. And then he destroys the world. That was your fault, Puck.
He just wants to destroy the world. He's like, oh, all that's stopping me from destroying the
God.
world is this half elf getting murdered.
Hell yeah.
I'll take that deal. I'll wait for this half elf to get murdered, and then I'll destroy the world.
Perfect excuse. No one will be none the wiser. My God.
I'm gonna say this. I actually really like the ladies who are the candidates for the ruler.
Uh-huh.
They're very colorful. They're very diverse. They each have like different attitudes. I can just appreciate just how diverse they are.
My only question is, I don't understand what makes the emblem things choose a person.
It's the prophecy.
Okay, but I don't understand. That makes no sense to me. Like, I need a little more information and context. Like, what makes it... Like when the when the knight was like, what's your family name? And she's like, I don't have a family name. I ain't about that life. And he's like, you're going with me.
You're coming with me.
One, you're kidnapping that little girl. Pedophile. You nasty. And then they arrive there, and she's like, I don't want to do this. I'm like, well, shouldn't you have had this conversation earlier?
Yeah, before you shut up.
Before you put that dress on. And then her friend almost gets arrested when he busts into the ballroom to save her.
Yeah.
Why?
He tries to be stealthy, but he's also, 8 feet tall?
Oh my God.
Stealth probably isn't his strong suit.
Just pops out of the floor. That's not going to work,
Yeah.
honey. Surrounded by knights.
There's that video I showed you where it's the green-haired one. She's like, I'm the cool one. The purple-haired one's like, I'm the cute one.
Hell yeah.
The orange-haired one's like, I'm hot as shit, but I'm also a massive... And then the C word.
Yep. I will say, though, as far as candidates for the throne go, I know I might get flack for this, but green-haired girl is my pick because Amelia's got no forces. I don't understand that.
She's got Roswell.
That's
and,
it.
And Puck.
Yeah, and they're fucking useless. They can't do fucking anything. She died 5 times in a row.
She's died so many times. Roswell wasn't there.
Well, wasn't he? No, he was at the mansion, wasn't he?
I don't think he was at the mansion any of the times where, the witch cult showed up and killed everybody.
Okay, he's useless. Honestly. Let's be real here.
I like how he's basically just Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Magical flying Michael Jackson.
Okay. But, okay, so she's got, 3 or 4 people she can rely on to protect her who would honestly be overpowered by the witch's cult. And, versus the green-haired girl and the purple-haired girl, they've got, a mercenary group. They've got
armies.
The purple-haired girl, I don't like her attitude, but she's I do like her because her mercenary group is my favorite.
Yeah, the little
of the cats.
All the cats.
That's my kind of shiz. Yes.
I also like
Chef's kiss.
So there's the second in command who we met the first, the little girl with the cat ears, and later we meet her little brother, who fights with the whale, and I don't know why they did this. They sub him out for her other younger brother. And you can tell it's a different character because he's got a monocle.
Hell yeah. I think it's just because they wanted to,
they
want to highlight that the girl is more powerful than they are because they subbed one out because he was too tired.
Okay. That's a good point.
Uh-huh.
I do love, that is a really good point. Well, Amelia's got no forces.
She's got fucking nothing. She's got a town that's terrified of her, which also I'd really like it if they went into more.
Well,
I understand that people fear her because she looks like the witch. I'd also like to go into more detail about like
what the witch did. Why don't people like the witch?
that too, but also like why are people racist towards like half elves in general? Because I feel like that's what they're saying sometimes. But there's no other half elves, and they don't talk about it. Even though I feel like it's very clear that Subaru's confused. Why is no one correcting him?
Well, because nobody. This is a big problem in anime. Is that like, especially when things that take place in other worlds, nobody just has a We don't. Me and you. We don't just have conversations about our society.
Okay, but if you have someone who's confused, or you're like, say someone comes up to you and they're like, why are people mean to black people? I think you'd be like, because this, and that, and the whole history behind it, and it's very sad. And that's why it's bad. You kind of educate them on, societal norms that are bad.
That's why when people...
Why people are racist,
That's why when people are creating anime worlds, the isekai trope is so popular. Because it allows them to just verbally say what the rules are of the world.
But no one's saying it! I want to know more. She wants to have equality. I feel like she's not explaining the equality portion of it. I want to talk more about the racism toward half-elves, please.
Oh, by the way...
I find it interesting.
By the way, that town that hates her, it's not hers, it's...
Well, no, it's Roswald's.
Roswald's territory.
Okay, well, where's she from then?
I don't know.
That's the next question. See, that's what I'm talking about. There are questions I need answered.
She's aligned with him for something. I remember it was said. I don't remember why.
Well, he just supports her claim for the throne. Why? I don't know.
I don't remember. It was said. I just don't remember.
I need season 2 to answer more questions.
I also really like the... I loved Wilhelm.
Oh, God, yeah.
And his story.
He was good. No, I loved that at the end of it, they're showing flashbacks while he's fighting the whale and about to kill it. And she says, I love you. And he's like, oh, don't make me say it. I'll say it when I'm ready. And at the end, he's going for the finishing blow. And he's like, I finally can say it. I love you. And I was like, he hasn't said it for like 40 years.
You've never told your wife you love her?
It's been 40 years. Oh, my God.
Or maybe it's like the first time he said it since she died. Maybe.
No, I would
but
bet money on
But
it.
it's funnier to say it like he's never told her he loves her.
Just never said it. That's hilarious. It's like, are you kidding me? And just the entire time that romance is building, he's like, I fucking hate flowers. Why? I have allergies.
No, he's like, why do you hate flowers? Because it's edgy.
Because I'm an edgelord by trade.
You saw how he looked when we first met him. That's an edgelord.
You know happy.
Something you mentioned was that
Thug Life chose me. I didn't choose it.
Oh yeah. Something that you mentioned that actually annoys me when it comes to stories like this is that when he's like we gotta go. Why? And he's got to come up with some lie to explain because he can't tell the truth about why he knows things are going to happen.
Oh my God!
But you could just you said it. He could just say that I had a vision.
Exactly, that's my thing. Like, can't you just say like I get visions? Oh yeah, all the time. I've seen a vision.
Or maybe that's like the equivalent of writing down I can return by death.
No,
it's cheating basically.
No, it's like I'm getting a vision. He starts acting like April Ludgate. This comes from your mother's butt.
Ah, gee. Stop it.
With the wine. Sorry.
I know what you're talking
about. Yeah, you just be like, I've had a vision he could buy a crystal ball and just get really into it.
I'm so glad Wilhelm survived the whale fight because he almost fucking bit it or got bit. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. When he emerged, I was like, yes! I love him.
Fuck are you, whale? Are we gonna ignore the fact that the whale basically did a Shadow Clone Jutsu?
Oh yeah, that was pretty funny.
I remember when we were watching it. I was like, oh wait, don't multiple whales show up? And then I saw that they all had like the same cuts. I was like, okay, these are just duplicates.
I know. I felt like that was the first thing I saw, where they have an X on the front of their face, and so I feel like they should have figured out that they were clones a little faster.
I know.
I'm just saying. Also, they were getting... When they were attacking one, the other one was writhing in pain. I'm like, okay. Subaru was like staring at that whale for a while, being like, I need about 30 seconds to stare at this whale and figure it out. I'm like, no, it's a clone. It's like, it's getting hurt in the same places.
Yeah.
My God.
So I didn't realize that the blue one is Rem, but the pink one is Rom.
Yes.
I always said it Ram because that's how it's spelled. And when I watched it in Japanese, I just figured like it was a pronunciation thing because of the language barrier. So I just kept saying Ram. But no, it's Rom.
I know, and when I heard it was ROM, I assumed it was spelled R-O-M, like a CD-ROM.
Yeah. I really like Rem though. She's cool.
Yeah, she's nice.
Oh, she's got really badass moments.
So, Rom needs to step it up a little bit. Like, you lost your horn, you need to get better at cutting those hedges.
Oh yeah, I remember there's like the scene and then
She can't do fucking anything.
She can't.
So
hey,
she
hey,
can't cut hair.
hey! She can make some good steamed potatoes.
Can she? I thought that was Rem that cooked the food.
Well, no, Rem does cook, but Rom can make a good steamed potato, and then Subaru says something like, "That's anybody can do that. That's easy."
I know. Oh god, it's just dumb.
And she's like, "Why do you sound like you're bragging?"
Rom, you need to step it up. You lost your powers, and now you need to get a new hobby. What are you doing?
Get a new hobby.
And then she's going on about. I remember when she was like teaching him how to read and like training him and stuff. She's saying, "I'm giving you more stuff to do, so that I have less stuff to do, so my sister has less stuff to do." And I was like, "Wait a minute, how much stuff are you actually going to be doing here, Rom?"
And then she'd fall asleep on his bed.
And you fucking lazy, Rom. Pull it together.
Oh yeah, I really like that scene where Rom uses like her clairvoyance to look around the forest, and then you just see Subaru on a on the dragon with a Wile E. Coyote sign that says, "Letter was a mistake, my bad."
Yeah, and that was weird. I didn't understand what happened with the letter that made it blank.
Sabotage? I have no idea why the letter was blank.
It was weird. It kind of confused me.
It did confuse me, and somebody smarter than us would probably just correct us in the comments.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm going to move on to the things that I didn't like. Oh, shit. Yeah, we're taking some hot takes. We're going to take some blows on ReZero. You ready for this?
Okay.
Okay. I didn't like the music.
Oh, yeah, you're really not a fan of the...
That's like hand-holding music. Like, how do you know when something scary or like freaky's going on?
It was definitely obnoxious at times, but I'm a fan of that kind of music. So
I mean,
because of the horror elements.
I'm really bad at listening to music when it comes to like the scores of a movie or a show. I'm pretty sure the other music is fine. It's just that one thing that I don't like.
Yeah. I don't know. And when there's animes where the openings really stand out, I tried, like, I listened to the openings, but they didn't, like, stand out to me.
I like the first opening, like,
it's fun.
Like that guitar rim.
I don't know. Maybe it's just that nothing will ever top Mob Psycho's OPs for me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on. It's no contest, though.
I don't know, but I'd like it for them to compete with Mob Psycho for that.
And you want to know you already know this, but do you guess you want to know the number one thing I hate about ReZero?
What?
It's Felix.
Why do you hate Felix? I don't understand.
He serves no other purpose than to be a trap.
That's rude.
It's not rude.
Okay, you want to know why I like Felix? One, he is the healer. He's super nice.
I'm okay.
He's a cat.
I
love him.
I'm okay with his role. I just don't like how much of a trap he is.
And three, gender is a social construct, and you're fucking dumb.
No, I'm not. I'm okay with, like, you can have an effeminate male character. I'm okay with that. I'm not saying I'm not okay with that, but he is trapping so hard.
You can do whatever he wants. That's his gender expression.
He nibbles on Subaru's ear that one time.
Hey, don't touch my body like that. That's not nice.
The way he's dressed.
I like it. I'm down. I'm like, hey, you express yourself. Gender is a social construct. He's gender fluid.
Except, no, I would be okay if it was a real person, but people drew him that way.
Why can't they draw him that way? What if there's someone on the animation team who was like, you know what, I'm going to express myself through
Stop
this
it.
character.
No.
You were going to get so roasted.
No, I'm like, I just don't like How trap? No, it's a
I'm
trap.
okay with traps.
I'm not okay with traps.
Why?
Because it's annoying. It's literally just trying to trick your brain.
Gender is a social construct, and he can do whatever he wants.
Like, I'm okay with effeminate characters. I'm okay with male characters that look like girls sometimes. Like, you know what? Haku from Naruto, I think is fine.
Respect.
I think
He's at least not trying to flirt with us.
I know.
Alright, I'll give you that one critique, Felix. Like, Felix, stop flirting with me. I'm really trying not to put out those vibes. Stop. I'm busy doing something else, like having a panic attack constantly. Yeah. An existential crisis constantly throughout the show. I'm busy. Please don't nibble on my ear when I just asked you to kill me. When
5 minutes ago.
When Betelgeuse took over my body.
Yeah. I don't like Felix.
I think your dislike of him is a little much. It's a little aggressive.
Like, I'm okay with a character, like, sometimes I'll see an anime character who's a guy, but he's drawn effeminately, and upon my initial reaction, I thought they were a female. Like, the first time I saw Speed of Sound Sonic from One Punch Man, I thought he was a girl.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Until he got punched in the balls.
Oh, no.
I mean, Felix just grinds my gears, I'm sorry.
I know.
It's just not, it can't be helped.
Poor Jaiwa. What else do you not like, Josh?
That's about it.
About it? Okay.
Sometimes the violence can be a little gratuitous.
I don't know. Speaking as someone who, like, I watched the first 2 seasons of Higurashi, Tears That Cry, so I was kind of like, I feel like the horror elements aren't, like, so in your face constantly. I just view it more as a thriller, oftentimes. I don't know. Maybe that's just because I feel desensitized to certain things because I've gotten really into horror in the last couple of years. But it wasn't like a constant fear ride, which I kind of like. But it didn't feel like so horror-y to me. It felt more thriller-y with a splash of horror. Not that I have a problem with that. I did like it. It just wasn't necessarily horror, which I was expecting it to be a little bit more horror when I was going into it. Because the reason I watched the show is because of Mother Basement's review of ReZero, and I was like, oh my goodness, I love stories about people who go in and they learn why they're shitty people and become better. I'm a really big fan of those self-discovery stories.
I want to know why.
Why what?
Why, I'm assuming, so the witch, whose name I've already forgotten, even though I've said it in this video. Why did the witch is clearly the person who gave Subaru his ability to return by death. She's also the one who's constantly threatening him with death. To
and then kills Amelia.
Oh yeah, she did kill Amelia.
Yep.
That one time, just to make him sad some more.
Yep.
I just want to know, like, is that what she thrives off of? Is just sadness? Like, yes.
Oh yeah, suffer. I don't know. I definitely want to know more about her. Maybe we should read the manga.
Yeah, we really don't know anything about her other than people hate her and are scared of her. And I think,
like the witch's cult is the main thing that we're afraid of.
They did also say that they killed her, basically, or like they killed her body but not her spirit or something.
Who said that?
I don't remember who, but somebody said something like that about the witch, and I don't remember what the exact details were. That's basically how she's gone, but like still lurking around with Subaru.
And why they were trying to use Amelia as a host.
Yeah, they want. Yeah,
just check that out. You know,
they mentioned that. I didn't remember that. And I want to know. She's also clearly the person who brought Subaru to this world.
But I want to know why.
I know why. Did you do this? And we're watching. By the end of season 2, we're gonna meet her, and they're gonna ask, "Why did you do all this?" And she's gonna say, "You know what? It's been so long, I don't even remember."
Oh my god.
That'd be some shit. Like, God damn it!
Damn it! Sword Art Online strikes again.
Yep. By the way, I also feel like the character Beatrice. Do you remember who that was? The little girl, little blonde. I feel like she was kind of useless. Not useless.
I liked her, but yeah.
She did stuff in this plot. I feel like, what was the point of this character other than to just have a little girl like character?
Yeah, I mean, she was helpful in the first arc.
But you could have just given...
when he was thinking he was being murdered.
Or cursed.
When he was being cursed and he didn't know by who. But other than that, she wasn't super helpful. It was nice
I
to
feel like
have that friend.
I feel like you could have given all the stuff she did and given it to one of the other characters, like Roswell or something.
Yeah, or Rom.
Or Rom, or Ram, or Rem, or Rum. And just really fleshed out that character some more. But I really don't see the point of Beatrice's character.
Also, she says "I suppose" so many times, and I'm like, I don't think you understand what "I suppose" means.
It's like
Because that really adds a lot of questioning to your senses, where she's stating facts, and then she goes, "I suppose," and I'm like, are you not sure? Can I get some concrete information from you, woman? Please? I don't understand. I was fine with it at first, and then it was like, okay,
oh yeah,
I'm just getting upset at your sentence structures.
Oh yeah, it was really annoying when I was reading it in Japanese.
Oh god.
Well, I was reading the subtitles, and yeah, I do appreciate that ReZero is a part of Isekai Quartet, because it's basically just a reintroduction of these characters. It's kind of setting up the shot for the season 2, I guess, because ReZero, Konosuba, Tanya, whatever the blonde lolly Hitler, whatever, and Overlord are all owned by Kadakawa. I think I'm saying that right.
Oh, I don't know.
And I don't know if that's the guy who made all these shows, or the name of the company that made all these shows, or the guy who owns the company that made all these shows.
Don't ask me. Do you feel like having Isekai Quartet will improve the amount of people who are coming back for season 2 since it's been so long?
Yes, because I was watching Isekai Quartet and Roswell is in it, and there's a part where, and I watch it in Japanese, and I also watch ReZero in Japanese, so there's a part where he's talking, and he holds on certain vowels. I was like, that was something he did in the original.
Yeah.
It's like, Ohayo gozaimashita.
All right, Josh, any final thoughts?
ReZero was fun. Well, actually, no, it wasn't fun. It was entertaining.
It was very stressful, but I really liked it.
Yeah, it was very stressful, but I really liked it. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I really like it. Again, I have the feelings of, I really like shows that kind of force the main character to confront what's shitty about themselves, and him even admitting to himself, like, you know what, I did fucking nothing with my life. I'm fucking useless. I'm like, that is very introspective of you.
Yeah.
And the first step is always acknowledging that you've got a problem.
Yeah. And I love that he thinks that just because he is in a fantasy world, all of his problems will go away. But no.
They get worse.
No, that he still has those problems because he's not changing as a person.
And in fact, it's a lot easier for him to get murdered here. So he needs to change fast. But yeah. I like the show. I like it. It's good. I don't know who I'm rooting for him to be with. I think it's Amelia, just because that's his preference, but also I think Amelia deserves better than him.
Well, he's improving. He's improving.
I know. He needs to keep going. He needs to keep improving. I don't ship him with Rem just because he doesn't seem to have that interest in Rem. Other than that, I would definitely support the ship because she and him are definitely much closer than him and Amelia.
Oh yeah, that's why. That's personally why I do it, because I like they spend more time together.
I agree.
Amelia's barely in the second half of the show.
That is true. That's it for my thoughts.
Yeah, that's about wrapping it up. I hope you guys like this podcast style review between the two of us. It might be a while before we're able to get another one of these out because I'm just visiting and we don't have a lot of time to record these. So if you have an idea, just make sure to leave a comment, but we won't be able to get to it immediately. Mm-hmm. In fact, it'll be quite a while before we're able to do one of these again, so I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah! We'll let you know when we're visiting each other again.
Yeah.
We'll do another.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the next one we'll do is like Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, because by the time...
yeah, you need to finish that.
Because by the time I'm going to be visiting you again, I'm going to have finished Shippuden.
Yep, and we can't really comment on it until you finish Shippuden, because you don't know the shit that's coming for you.
Oh, great.
You don't know why people fell out of love with this show a little bit.
Oh, really? All right. That about wraps it up from us. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm Josh.
And I'm Emily.
We will see you guys in the next one. Bye.